Dune 2 is my favorite movie of all of the movies that have come out in the past 15 years. It is the only movie of that era that I have watched more than once. It has captured my soul and imagination in ways not many movies have in my lifetime. For the longest time, I could not grasp what this movie was about. I mean, of course, you could take the easy route and simply say that it is the story of a messianic figure who goes through a journey to save the people he finds himself embedded with. It is such a complex movie, such a complex story, and it is such an audio-visual feast that it is hard to remain logical while watching this movie and even after the fact. It is a movie that is more than a movie. It is a piece of art, and it has a soul. But that's the thing. Once a piece of art reaches these levels of magnificence, it starts tapping into something so fundamental and archetypal in nature that it becomes increasingly hard to fathom. Yet the story of Paul Atreides is one that everyone can relate to. Maybe not in terms of the scope of his experience, but in terms of what he is faced with. We have all been there one way or the other. Great stories depict something universal, and as it is with all such stories, it does not matter how grand the picture is, for you know that this is a story about you. Dune 2 is such a movie. In our daily lives, we struggle against darkness. We struggle against the selfish urge to just take something for yourself, to be good and live up to the moral standards which we have set out for ourselves, which for most people are, at the very least, relatively feasible. But we all know we could do it. In many moments of our lives, we have the chance to do something else, to go against our own principles. Whether it is in cheating on our partner sexually, stealing something from someone, destroying our enemies in an unfair way, taking a shortcut that should not be taken, breaking the rules that are holy. It is funny how in reality anybody in the society could kill almost anybody at will, but we simply never do it. Any person could grab a gun and walk up to anyone and end their lives. It is remarkable how little that kind of stuff happens at the end of the day. Why is this? Is it because we are truly such pious creatures, such moral entities, or is it that we are simply a pack animal with the natural instinct not to be a predator to our own kind? The incapability, the unwillingness to take something for yourself. What is truly the most unholy thing we know as species? Is it murder? No. Is it stealing? I don't think so. No. It's a mentality. It is the one thought that you are not supposed to think. The idea that you would have no rules, that you would be gods, that you would simply break all pack animal values, walk over everything for the simple purpose to take something for yourself. People get murdered all the time, even raped. But most of the people committing to such acts do them out of a sudden sprout of feeling. People snap and kill someone, then regret later. Some men can't resist the urge to go for a lady who is not on boards. But there is something way scarier than a sudden animalistic urge that makes one do something evil and in most cases stupid. The willingness to do such things without any sudden emotion, the sociopathic will that supersedes everything, the complete and utter lack of respect for the other pack animals, the will to take something for yourself with complete disregard for any rules. Not momentarily, not because you got angry or horny, no. Not because you once in your life let go of your principles, but because you are like that. It is your existence. It has become your nature to do so, because you have passed the boundary into the realm of no holiness, into the realm of the truly unholy. What makes a person give into it? We are not talking about giving into an evil act here. We are talking about giving into power. To make a choice much more fundamental to your existence than a singular act. A choice that governs all of your existence. To give into worshipping your own will. To give into the subconscious demand to take something for yourself. Everything you wanted, always. The complete letting go of all of your rules permanently. So that there would be no obstacle in your way. And you know it would feel good. It would be ecstatic, like inhaling a drug. You could get drunken of it. Drunken of limitless power, the feeling of being gods. The only problem is you have rules, you have dignity, you have morality. In fact, you know you would feel bad about it, second guess yourself, regret it. So what would it require for you to make that choice? Morality. That is what Paul Atreides battles with. Morality. That is what you battle with. morality every day, but you do not understand that for the world to make you commit to the greatest unholy, it is this very morality that could make you do it. And it is this very morality that propels Paul Atreides to do it. The greatest evils in history have always been done in the name of morality. Paul Atreides is one who can see into the future. He has the charisma to gain the favor of his people, to command the masses. He gains the resources to go to war, and the situation forces him to do it. In the name of liberation, the free men deserve to take their planet back. They are being oppressed. Paul's family has been slaughtered, his house decimated. What other choice could one make in his position? With all of these variables in play and with all of the resources he has, he knows he can do it. And so he does. But is it the act of doing it that is the most important? Or is it what you will become because of it? Our behavior creates us. The problem of making that choice to give into power is not in the act itself, but in the fact that you have now given into it. The people might rejoice for the arrival of their Messiah. You might get a lot of good things done, save the day, save the world, but deep down inside of you, you know what you have just done. The problem is that you are the only one who knows. So it kind of doesn't exist, right? Dune 2 is not a story of a liberator. It is not the journey of going from losing everything to becoming the savior of some people. It is the story of Paul Atreides becoming God. It is the story of a boy who can see into the future, who gains command over a people, who gains the resource to pursue a state of total war. It is the story of deciding to wield ultimate power over all. It is the story of the choice to do so, to become unholy, to do the one thing you are not supposed to do, to give in to the idea that you could be gods when you know you are not. We are pack animals, and you are simply not supposed to do that. For if anyone would, then all would be lost. Dune 2 is the story of a person going through the journey of moral struggle. It is the depiction of what would it require for any random guy to come to the conclusion they are gods. To come to the decision that they will use their will to impose their will. The decision to wield power no man should ever wield. To become drunken of that which one should not drink. Do not let this movie fool you. The story is so beautiful, the journey is so understandable, the scenery is so epic, the music so enchanting, the actors so genuine. It makes you forget. It makes you not notice. It puts your mind into a state of trance. The character developments are interesting, the plot structure is brilliant, the different factions interesting. It is brilliant storytelling. But the reason why it is so good escapes your minds. Because what this movie gives you is something so archetypal in nature that you cannot grasp it. Be honest with yourself, and you will realize that this is in fact a story of the rise of a dictator, the beginning of a god. Now, I'm not saying it is good because you yourself want to secretly be a dictator or become the ruiner of all. I am saying that you are faced with this circumstance every day. I am saying that the experience is as universal as it gets, and I am saying that you know it would feel good to be gods, even if you have the wisdom to not take upon such a path, even momentarily. It is also universal because you have probably been at the receiving end of such people at some point and felt bitter about it, feeling like the only thing that would have solved the equation would have been for you yourself to become unholy, to give into it. The movie ends without resolution. It leaves you to the very verge of godhood. But it does not tell you what is to come of this choice, which is why you accept the experience. Nothing evil has been done. He liberated a people. He's a good guy, don't worry about it. I'm sure it will be all good. But know this is a choice that bears ramifications far beyond your current understanding. Ask yourself, in your daily life, could you do it? Could you do it without becoming unholy? Tell me. If you could see into the future, know all the imaginable outcomes, have command over the people around you, obtain the resources required, have a good reason to do so, would you remain pure? If you made the choice to wield such power, could your soul remain pure? Or would you become drunken with that power, no matter how morally sound the reason for doing so was? There is something common, and his name is Paul Atreides.